Hello world! Wave Time here, bringing to you another episode of Feed the Beast Insanity. So as you see, I planted a lot more crops. Let's throw these away in here, and I'd like to make a correction of what I previously said. I previously said on the earlier episode that there is no other way to make Buildcraft power without oil, and obviously I am incorrect. I can make, however, a steam engine which will require charcoal as its main fuel. Another thing we'll want to eventually make is some sort of way to, store all this energy better than a bat box. Maybe have an MFE go to a bat box through a transformer so that we'll constantly have the bat box at full energy. Let's steal some of this, and let's first check some of the stuff that we have in our mob trap. I think that's enough. And let's make a Buildcraft steam engine. So Buildcraft steam engine will require a lot of wood and stone and etc, etc. How about let's make a lot of stone gears. Okay, let's get some more of those, and then that will be good. So first, let's make a stack of wooden gears, and make half a stack of... No, let's do less than half a stack. Let's just go with 16 stone gears. Now, we'll also need to get some pistons, which I actually saw and passed. Let's get 8 for now. We'll use some of them in a later date. And so it's piston, glass, gears, and we got some cobble. There we go. Now, another thing that we should craft is a lever, since we'll probably use a bunch of levers in the future. So, leverify. Did I just say leverify? Oh gosh. Sigh. So, put this down, put this lever here, put a bit of coal in here. Now, this is the carpenter, as you see. Now, what I need to make eventually is the most difficult part that we need to make is the rainmaker, which requires a hardened machine. Now, because I don't have the forestry API, I'm not able to see the recipe for that, but I know for a fact that it is made through this thingamabobber. Yes, it's called a thingamabobber. Deal with it. And it requires 5 water, 4 diamonds, and a sturdy machine. So let's get the 5 water right now. And it'll also require a bit of Buildcraft power, so throw the water in, that'll be good. Not the most efficient way to do it, seeing as we wasted pretty much 1.25 tin, but it basically gets the job done. So that's still going, that's good. Let's throw another 2 charcoal in it to keep it at full power. Pumpkins seem almost ready for reaping. In fact, they are ready for reaping, so let's first get our next part, which is the diamonds. Actually, getting that will coincide in getting the diamonds. And I think that is enough. So let's see how much we can get in 4 of our rows of all of this. 4 rows of pumpkins. Now, it would be very beneficial if we had some sort of black hole ring. But by the time we are able to craft one of those, we'll have pretty much passed the point where this would actually be a useful method of farming. It is quite a bit of EMC considering. Let's just check how much it is in, pumpkin units. Let's call them pumpkin units. So, we make almost 2 stacks, which is past 2 diamonds. So we got 3 diamonds, and actually we got enough for 4 diamonds if we transmute this into sand, throw it into our project table, and make a bunch of TNT. We have 4 diamonds, which is pretty decent. Now we'll also take this gold ingot and start macerating it, because we will need eventually the goodness that it will have. Now we'll also then make a sturdy machine. Throw the sturdy machine in here, and it's 4 diamonds, and here's the hardened machine. So steam engine activate. Now it'll slowly start to make this. Now when I say slowly, I mean really slowly. At maximum, this steam engine releases 1 megajoule per tick. And it might be a good idea to actually fill it up the rest of the way with water, because it might need slightly more than 5. We're gonna have to wait anyway, so let's just pretty much have to see how it goes. Gonna probably need a lot of that for steam. Oh, I had to click it. Derp! That would have been very helpful. Okay, now let's see. This is going at its rate that it chooses. Stupid thing. And we're still going to need a few more stuff, so let's check more materials that we will need. We'll need some more tin. So let's make a bit more tin, because we're going to need tin gears for the machine that we are creating. So tin gears are easy in the fact that they just require tin and a stone gear. Simple. So Rainmaker, we have the tin gears ready. We just have the glass that we'll need, and the hardened machine, which is currently being created. So then we'll need to make some more bronze. Let's throw the rest of this bronze to make some more hardened or sturdy machines, whatever the heck they're called. So sturdy machines. Another thing we'll need to make is something called the Forester. The Forester is very expensive. Let's see. One of them we can create is the Arboretum. The Arboretum combined with 4 diamonds and 4 glass will make the desired thing that we need. So we need equivalent of 5 diamonds. That's almost done. So 5 diamonds. So we'll have to wait for an... Ooh, we got a lot of stuff there. Let's check. That's probably enough time to take to reap for the night to come. So let's reap that. And if 4 rows was enough for 2 diamonds, this is probably 8 rows, so it'll be just enough for the remainder of the diamonds that we need. So once we get that completed, we'll be able to move on to the next few steps that we'll need to go through. Now this is a bit of a long process, and what I'd like to see is if deployers will work on these. Probably would work, but the process of having to retrieve it when we don't have a retriever or even tube systems to transmit all of the redstone current and all of that, etc. Because, you know, I love etc. It becomes too much of a hassle. Enderman, get away. Okay. It was less than that, so I guess it's pretty finicky in its operation. So that's done. You don't need that anymore. We got the hardened machine, which will just take these gears. And there we go. We got our Rainmaker. Rainmaker, Rainmaker, Rainmaker. Okay, our Rainmaker is done. And our Carpenter, I think we used pretty much the last thing that we'll need it for. So we'll just throw it in the chest, go to bed, and maybe we can make some of the more simple machines that we'll need first. We'll also need an electrical engine. Electrical engine, I think, will require, well, if it's in the exact same, it's pretty much called a tin engine, so we just need 11 tin for the gears and the piston head, or whatever you want to call it. Ew. Oh, derp. So get that, and tin. Put these here, put these here, this here, and this here, and this is item number 3. We'll use these to our advantage at a later date, But currently, I think we're good to go. I wish there was a way that it would like stagger the charcoal so it'll wait till there's like a lot of room in the system before it adds another one to the mix. That would be a very helpful endeavor. Another helpful endeavor would be to probably make an extractor, or we could just burn everything. Let's just burn some more rubber. More rubber we'll need it in the future because I think our next challenge is making some advanced machines, and I probably passed it, didn't I? Yay! Let's burn 1 stack of rubber. And why did I do that? Let's burn 1 stack of rubber. Huzzah. Take our gold dust. Run over like an idiot. Throw our gold dust in. Get some more of it. And let's try to use that hidden industrial craft recipe. So 5 redstone plus 4 gold dust gives us 1 glowstone dust. I love secret industrial craft recipes, don't you? It makes things a lot easier. Okay, so let's plug it in as that. So also throw it in. No more things needing to be reaped, but it'll take a while, and maybe we can plant a few more crops, though I think this is good for now. Let's see, what are some other things that we can do? Ooh, this is a lot of copper. I don't think we need that much copper, funnily enough. Okay. Throw this away, throw this away, and throw this away, and going onwards. Okay. So while that's burning, while that's going, while that's requesting energy and taking even more charcoal, we can focus on some more items that we need. So we're making the forester right now, though that is one of the, I could say it's the weaker item. There's also the mushroom picker, which will require a logger, which will also require diamonds. Wow, these recipes really love their diamonds. Now, what was that other thing that we needed? The forester requires it requires the arboretum, which requires gold ingots. And then it requires diamonds upon that. So we're going to need another 8 diamonds. So this is actually a pretty expensive thing. We got the electric engine. I might as well cross it off my list. We got the Rainmaker. A biogas engine. There's a biopower generator and the biogas engine, which we'll need. Oh, this is a bronze engine, whereas this takes 6 gold. That's easy. So let's make a bronze engine. So that, and let's just fill up our inventory with all that. Yeah, it's a good thing we made so many stone gears because we're using a lot of them. So bronze top, that, and honestly I've never really used the biogas engine. I find it's pretty weak compared to the other things, what with needing biogas and everything, and that is not exactly the most efficient use of your energy unless you're using solar panels to make the energy, in which case you just make a lot of electrical engines since they never blow up. Remember to breathe, Way. Remember. Okay. Another thing we could work on in the meantime is we could start some bees, since that just requires an apiary, which require 10 gears. Meh. Okay. We got those 2 engines. Now let's get that biogen, which requires 6 gold ingots. Do we have enough? We don't exactly have enough for 6 gold ingots, do we? Throw this in. And I guess we're gonna have to wait, honestly. Wait for this mob trap to get even more goodies. Like so. Actually, let's make that, and maybe we can have a nice relaxing time waiting for the rest of the stuff that we will need. So throwing in the bones, which will be enough, and the diamonds. So let's get the 6, which will be required. and now my trans table is really starting to lag, so it's pretty much getting to the point where it's almost impossible to do it on camera. But with 4 of the items completed, I don't think that's too much of a... well, it's not too much of a bother, honestly. Now, when will the rest of those crops start to bear fruit? What is it? Is pumpkin a fruit or a vegetable? It's hard to tell. I've never really asked, honestly. If anyone knows whether a pumpkin is a fruit or a vegetable and gets it right, congratulations, you won internets. Not many internets, though, because I am kind of broke in that regards. Okay. Let's check the other item on our list since we do have it. Still. We need to make a still as well, which is a lot easier, which we can create actually right now. Now, still is one of those items where I'll make it eventually, but I'm not at that point yet. Still, basically, it's kind of like a distillery, but it doesn't make alcohol. It takes biomass, so the green fuel-ish thing, and turns... Was that a flying Enderman? Did he steal a swift wolf? Flying Endermans! Can't you just use your ender pearls? Come on. Honestly. Anyways, it takes biomass and turns it to biofuel. So biomass converts it at a 3.5 to 1 ratio to biofuel. Which, I've learned the hard way that if you try to make an infinite loop getting more and more and more and more and more energy, it doesn't exactly work that well. Darn Enderman. Okay, so we got that, and there's a few more things that we need. So we got the mushroom picker figured out. We got the biogenerator done. We need a pumpkin farm. Pumpkin farm, which requires an arboretum, which requires gold. And more of this awesomeness. So I guess we'll pretty much have to wait for our next reaping of this pumpkins. So I'll do that when it comes around, and maybe we'll be happy and actually craft the rest of the stuff that we need. Maybe we can rig these up like a few of the various blocks to block item basically block update detectors. These might give a block update when they're ready to be picked. So we might be able to do something fun like that. You know, just for giggles or something. Ugh, excuse me. Whew. You gotta love nachos how they decide to fight back at you. Come on. That's not nice. Okay. I'll wait for all of them to be ready to be picked. Then I'll show you the reaping. And hopefully we'll get enough items for all that. Now we'll just make some of the sturdy machines. We'll need a few more. Maybe we can make armor with this. I don't know. We'll think of something. Stay tuned, folks. Okay, after completing the reaping, and no, not a Hunger Games reference, I got a lot of items which we'll be able to throw into the transmutation table. I don't think it will be enough for 8 diamonds. In fact, I'm pretty dang positive that it won't be. In fact, we'll need some more. Funny, we need sand to make diamonds. It's awesome. Anyways, throw the sand in, make the gunpowder awesome. Turn it here, and we got 5 diamonds. Not enough, but will be enough to make... Let's make the pumpkin farm. Pumpkin farm will require some gold, which we'll need to throw this in to make. There we go. And we'll also need to pull out some pumpkins to transmute into watermelons. So transmute, go. And we'll get melons. Ooh, that's a horrible amount. Which will then, ooh, that's a better amount. Sorry. We'll take all of the melon pieces, turn it into a watermelon. Watermelon. and burn it, turn it, get it, done. Okay, now what we'll do is combine them. Oops, yes, this is right. Okay, combine them like that. Dang it, we need the arboretum, which will require that, which will then take this, and I think it's the melons like this, and that goes over there. Yes, we go. Pumpkin farm, here we go. Not as fast as just manually taking all of them. In fact, we do have, we actually probably have enough for the rest of it. So, let's try to reap it and see what happens. This might just be enough pumpkins, honestly. I'm not too clear on that. So throw them in. And that should be enough. We'll need 4 gold for the arboretum. And yes, we should have enough. Okay, so let's see. What's the next thing we need to make? We got that done. We need the forester, which requires an arboretum to make. So 2 glass here, and we're gonna need the gold here. Then we have the diamonds here, and now we have a forester. Forester going here. Now that leaves us one little item left. A mushroom picker. Mushroom picker will require a logger, which requires diamonds and a sturdy machine. I am not too sturdy right now, therefore we're gonna have to make a few more stuff. I love how I insult myself so blasely or something. Segway. Okay, got our logger. Now we need to make it into a mushroom picker, which will require 4 mushrooms, 2 of each. 2 here, 2 here, and I'm going to say, at a wild guess, that it's this orientation. It probably doesn't matter. Let's see if it matters, shall we? No, it doesn't. And I was worrying so much because of that. Well, let's sort our inventory to see the space that we have, and we have all 9 items. Yay! Wootness, wootness. How's this going? We got only 3 of them, and we're going to need, once again, more of this. Haha! And then, let's bring all of the items to the monument. 'Cause we got one more challenge complete. La da 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 da. Okay. Going over here. Let's drop our mushroom picker, rainmaker, forester, carpenter, biopower generator, still, electrical engine, biogas engine, and our pumpkin farm. Stand back, wait a while, and when the timer finally ticks enough times, we finished the Bronze Age, which was quite a bit of work, honestly. So let's go over and see our little achievement, where we get lapis. Lapis lazuli is our reward, which means we'll be able to make some advanced circuits. Now that means we should go on to the next thing. Gated logic, I am not going to do yet. You'll see in a moment, or see when I finally decide to show you guys, you know. Because I'm kind of like that. Don't show you guys the important things. Okay, now for this next challenge. For advanced machines, we're going to need to make an MFSU, a terraformer, rotary macerator, induction furnace, recycler, singularity compressor, mass fabricator, geothermal generator, and a centrifuge extractor. I'm thinking the advanced machines like the induction furnace and rotary macerator, etc., I'm going to make actually 2 of each. That will make it a lot easier for me to automate some of the future things that I will be doing. Let's throw these in here for now and turn this into awesomeness. Throw that in also, because we're going to need as much lapis as we can eventually. Okay, let's see. Well, apparently we still have quite a bit of time left, so that means we'll be able to continue onwards and perhaps do a few more fun stuff while we're working on stuff. Okay, so before we get any of the major modifications that we will need in our energy system completed, we'll have to get a bunch of that stuff. So let's see, the first item that I'll want to make is maybe the rotary macerator. The rotary macerator requires an advanced machine block, which requires advanced alloy and carbon plates. So carbon plates take quite a bit of coal, not charcoal. I don't think I made coal yet, so let's anyways make it. Okay, coal. Good. And take everything from this table, so that we'll be able to, take everything from this table, get that back again, and once again, have to take everything from the table. Okay, I think we have some gunpowder accumulated. Good. I'll worry about the other stuff in a second, but we need to make, I think it is 16 of this coal needs to be created. Now let's teach it. Actually, we already taught it. So throw this. And there we go. 16 coal. Let's start macerating, and this will take a total, without any upgrades, 8 minutes to complete. Which is quite a bit of time, honestly. Ooh, did I... Yes, I threw the charcoal in. That's good. Okay, let's destroy... Oh, you jumped into my crops. Dang it. I need interdiction torches. Honestly. It'd be very helpful, but they are very expensive. Okay, got that working. So we'll need to have that working. We'll also need to make a compressor. Compressor will require just a machine block and electronic circuits. I don't have the electronic circuit made yet, but we can make that quite simply. Let's get that and get all that into copper rather, not carbon. Ugh. And get this instead over there, you moron. And we got one electronic circuit, and we got a machine block, which will combine with 6 stone to compress. Now let's get this compressor down. We'll need to move that torch and get another wire in this so that we can slam this down. Do we have enough energy? That's good. We'll need to... Ooh, we're gonna need to make some more energy. Hoping that's going to sustain it. Yes, it will. In fact, that might be a bit too much, so let's just remove that, because it's actually going to lose a bit of energy. Now what we're going... Ooh, that was close. Now we're going to need to make the plates, so... The advanced machine requires advanced alloys, which require mixed melt ingots, which require 3 of each of those. We got the refined iron, but we do not have the tin currently. And we didn't have the bronze. Excuse me again. Okay, so bronze down, refined iron, and our tin. We got mixed metal ingots. Now we're gonna need to throw these into the compressor. And in fact, while we're thinking about it, a good idea would be to make a bunch of those. Some of those. 9 of those. Good. And the reason we'll want to make a bunch of them instead of how many we have right now is we'll of course want to get more than just the ones that we're making right now. We're going to need a lot of advanced machines. Every single thing that we need, pretty much, most of it at least, requires advanced machines. Let's just take a look at the singularity compressor. Requires obsidian and advanced machine. and the compressor. So we'll need to make a bunch of that. We'll need to, actually, I'm going to want to have one of each of the major machines, which is the induction furnace, the mass fabricator, the not that one, but the centrifuge extractor, the singularity compressor, and the rotary macerator, which is going to require quite a few things. I think I'm going to make 2 of each of the rotary macerator and the singularity compressors, which will mean that we'll need a bit more coal to throw in the macerator, but we're not going to do that maceration right now because we're going to need to get the, where's that obsidian? We'll need, what, 14 obsidian? So 7 times 2 is 14. And the centrifuge extractor is going to be one of the most annoying to create because we're going to need the electrolyzed water cells, which will take time to create, unfortunately. I think that'll be enough to finish the operations. And I think after all of this is done, we'll make our first advanced machine, which is the rotary macerator. Which will be fun, you know. But we don't have any dedicated fuel energy EU supply. So we'll have to think of some method of doing that. So we'll maybe need to make an intra-macerator to be able to handle all that. Now we're going to need more iron, of course. Of course, we'll need a lot more iron. So let's get 8 more iron. That's good. Throw it in our electric furnace to transform it. We almost got that. So also we're going to want to change and get more of those wires, which will require more of this. And if I was smart, I'd probably put these in some sort of auto-crafting network right now, but we don't have any of the desired stuff for the auto-crafting network, so that's pretty much a no-go. Electronic circuit, good. Do I have the... Yes, I have the flint. That's good. That's done, which is great. So we'll change these to coal balls by doing that. This is done, so we can use the compressor. And after killing this Enderman, thank you for destroying some of my crops. After doing that and checking a few of the machines, we'll be able to take this, make the intra-macerator. Ooh, we're gonna need another machine block, aren't we? Yeah, let's just make this into the thing. No, wait. We're gonna need 8 more iron anyways. Oops. So 8 more iron, which we don't have enough EMC for. So I'll quickly make the more iron and then make that machine block, and actually that's gonna be good. So get that. We're gonna need to throw this in to make the other machine block. But that compressor is done, so what we can do right now is make the advanced machine block right now and get ready for the rotary macerator, which requires more refined iron. I hate this. Okay, be right back. Okay, we finally got our final refined iron, so let's change this into 1 more machine block. Throw this in with the flint, some of this, and we might as well add an electronic circuit just for giggles, you know. And finally, we'll put this in with the advanced circuit to make the rotary macerator, which will give a lot of awesomeness. Now that means when we right click that, we got a macerator back. So when we place this down, you can see that there's a speed for RPM. Now obviously it will take quite a bit of energy, but when we happen to go by and take a lever, which happens to be right in my hand because I am super prepared, you go over here, put the lever here, and flip it on, you can see that it's starting to increase its speed dramatically, and at the same time it is using a bunch of the energy here. Here, as you can see, obviously. because I was looking at it. Now this, I think, either takes 1 or EU per tick. Back away, Enderman. I don't like you. Ooh, I hope he doesn't actually hit me, because that would be bad. Enderman thinks he can fly. So it'll continue to speed up, and eventually it'll be able to macerate coal very quickly at a very efficient amount of time, which will make it a lot easier in the future. It'll take some time to get used to the advanced machine, and eventually we'll be using it for a different purpose other than just grounding coal dust for all of the carbon plates, but you'll see that later. Well, that's all the time we have for this episode of Feed the Beast Insanity. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. Wave Time here, signing off. Have a wonderful day. Get away, Endermen! Hi-ya! Ah.